What's shaking, guys? My name is Luke Dancy, and welcome to the Magic Session. Of course, we're transitioning over to Session 1 very, very soon, but here we are in our brand new Session 1 studios here in Las Vegas. We are joined today by two of my friends in Magic. On my left, Mr. Mark Calabrese. What's up, buddy?
Want to see a trick?
Yes,
No.
actually, I'd love to see a trick.
The magic cookie.
The magic cookie, yes. I have one too. It's the multiplying cookies.
I'm the only fat one who ate the cookie previously.
And of course, you guys all know Jeff Prace. Jeff Prace from Gum fame. Keylicious is another new one that he's put out, and got some good stuff. So during the show, this is the jam session. This will be the piece by piece vanishing cookie trick, right? Piece by piece.
That's the plan, and then I'm going to restore it, but you don't want to see that restoration. I know it's in form.
True that. True that.
That's a poop joke, by the way. That's a poop joke.
Yes, yes, it was, and that's Mark's humor, and
Poop.
that's what you're in store for today. All right.
There's been some worse things previously.
So we have some good friends out here today. I want to give a very special shout out to Mr. Robert Moreland. Robbie was here.
Oprah!
Out! Robbie was here a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. Had a blast with Robbie. We're going to do some fun stuff with him. Can't wait to have you out here. And we also have Claude Wyatt. Haven't seen Claude in a while. Adam Rose is here. Magic Dave, Max, Adam Rose, I already said that. Danny's here. And a lot of other good friends joining us. And if you guys have any questions for the guys, of course we have Jeff in town from Chicago, which is great to have Jeff here. And Mark is in town from, well, I don't care. You're here.
Encore.
So guys, we're joined together here today. What are we going to talk about today? What's the topic that we should talk about? We got the cards on the table, so I'm assuming that's where this is going already.
I've just seen at least 15 card tricks from Mark, and they all fooled me.
Yes, very devious stuff.
Not bad. Yeah.
Very
Good
devious.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think today we could really talk about. I like when people have questions, and I like when
Sure.
people want to know about stuff, and
Okay.
or want whether they want to see what I do, or whether they want to see what you do, or what Jeff does,
Sure.
or they just want to maybe talk about different things. I'm a big theory buff. I like talking about why we do what we do as opposed to just doing what we do.
Absolutely. Well, this is your chance to talk to Mark, who is a working performer and is going to be sharing a lot of great magic, and Jeff, one of the most creative guys in the industry that has put out some great organic stuff. And Keylicious was definitely a great addition to the plot of Organic Magic.
Thanks.
Tell us, first, and I saw a question from one of the guys in the room. How did you come up with Keylicious? What was the inspiration for that trick?
Keylicious, it's a similar type plot to the Roy Baker key boodle trick, which is a coin and a key transposition, which others, if you think that you've seen something similar, you might have, seen a knockoff by a well-known magician.
That never happens.
Yeah, that never happens.
Not in our industry, never.
Yeah, so there was a few knockoffs of the original Roy Baker key boodle trick, so it's a coin and a key. But the next step, I think, forward is a ring and a key.
Yep, absolutely.
So it worked.
Cool.
Thank God.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's have Mark do a trick. I think we'll just put him on the spot right now. Dance, monkey, dance. Let's see some magic.
Okay. Son of a bee. Luke Dancy, shuffle the cards.
I'll be happy to shuffle these
Jeff
cards.
Prace, put a playing card. Let me see what the playing card is first, so I don't, you know what I mean?
Are these are
Put that card face down.
these are the Jeff Prace cards.
This is a Jeff Prace
Yeah,
card.
they're
the stud
named.
cards. the
They're
stud
named
cards.
after me, guys.
If we can get a shot overhead of this, you can see right here. These are the Jeff Prace cards right here. These are the stud. You can bring the box in too. The stud cards right
Anywhere
there.
at Walgreens, they named them right after me.
After Jeff Prace, these are the stud.
Get it because he's sexy. Yeah, that's okay. Shuffle the cards. Damn it. I have a prediction right here.
Uh-oh. I know where this is
that
going.
Jeff actually made.
I made
And
it.
what I want you to do.
Wait, Jeff pulled a card out?
Jeff
Yeah,
pull
I
the
put
card
that
out,
down.
place it right there. Okay. What I want you to do, Luke, is I want you to go underneath the table, and I want you to reverse the card. All right. Now it's important that you make sure that you do exactly how I do it.
Okay.
Because if you don't do it the way I do it, the trick doesn't work. Okay?
That's no fun.
Yeah, I know. So what we'll do is pull the card out of the middle, right? Turn the card face up. Oh, look at that. Jeff Prace.
It's the Jeff Prace.
And then you give the cards a cut again. Okay, so there's basically one card face up in the middle of the deck.
Make sure
But I
you
want
talk
you to-
slow for Luke, too.
Yeah, I was like, make sure you take a card.
I'm gonna hit you with my cookie.
But do this underneath the table, though. Okay, make
Under
sure this
the
is
table.
done under the table, so
Okay.
no one can see what's going on. Okay.
Okay.
Very fair. And yeah, so prediction, cards. Do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna do what I do.
Do what you do. Reverse one card?
I'm no Robert Moreland, but I'll see what I can do.
Of course not. No one's
No
Robert
one
Moreland.
is, yeah.
Robert Moreland's not even Robert Moreland. All done? All
Chuck,
set?
Chuck Norris.
Now this is not this has not been staged. This has not been nothing like that. This can
I-
actually be done. I've done this for Jeff, right? I've done this for everybody.
Quite a few
One card
times.
in the middle of the deck, face down. I don't know if you get the overhead shot of that. There's one card face down in the middle of the deck. There's one card that Jeff chose himself. Jeff chose the King of Hearts.
Yeah.
Luke chose the King of Hearts, and that's all I got.
Wow, that is
Devious.
awesome. That is
Thank you very
quite
much.
devious.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. And that's the effect.
Nice.
So,
Wow, that's
What's
great.
it called?
Luke reverses a card, and then I predict it. Trick. So there you go.
It's the magic prediction trick. Very cool. So here's a good question from the guys, and Robert Moreland says bravo.
Gracias, Robert. Gracias.
Oh, okay. So one of the questions is, how do people start to create magic? And of course, what you're doing is stuff that you've been working on yourself, Mark. And of course, Jeff, we all know that you've created some of the most commercial magic that's come out in a long time. But what's the creative process when it comes to developing your own style and your own magic?
I'll let Jeff answer that, and then I'll jump in if you'd like.
What? Who? What?
Oh, yeah. All right. Usually, when I'm starting to create, I usually tend to see something that will inspire. My first published trick was back in Genie magazine back in 2008. I think that was when I was 14 or so. And it was with a Sharpie marker where the clip is broken off and is put back on. And it's, I later found out, like last year, that it's similar to a Michael Eden type trick. But the idea is that you see something. I saw Sharpie without a clip on it because I broke it off previously on accident or something. And then I was like, oh, I can restore this. Similar with gum. I saw the gum. I don't chew gum a lot, but I saw it back when I was like 14 or 13. And then like, it was kind of just the inspiration to create it. It's not that I'm sitting always down and thinking, what can I create? Though that could work sometimes.
And Mark, what's it? Actually, I don't care what Mark says. No, seriously, what's the?
Well, contrary to what Jeff does, I mean, similar but contrary, like Jeff, like I said, he sees things that inspires him. It happens as well with me. You know, like I'll think of a concept or I'll think of something, a plot, and then sometimes the method will come up by accident. Sometimes the trick will come up by accident. But I mean, as Luke knows, sometimes I'm sitting down and I have a notebook on me at all times where I pull it out and I just gotta sit down and jot something down because, you know, whether it's 3 in the afternoon or 3 in the morning, an idea will pop in and I have to write it down. And I know a lot of guys do that. I know also a lot of guys who are against doing that, feeling that it should just be organic. But I know a lot of guys who write things down, and I regret not doing this earlier because I remember, I don't even remember what the stuff was, but I remember having like the best idea in the world in my head. I was like, oh, this is like the holy grail of holy grails. And then, you know, as fast as it was in my head, it was out of my head, and I was like, why didn't I write it down? You know.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said about writing stuff down and sitting down and trying to come up with ideas. But for the most part, it's better when things are accidental like that.
I was, when I write stuff down, I was at a hotel. I was just visiting a few colleges the last few days. It was late at night, and I had some ideas with a trick that I wanted to create. And so literally like that, I was watching like The Voice on my iPad, which I was also watching a few hours ago. And so like I just went onto the notes, typed them out, and then it goes to my iPhone, it goes to my iPad.
Right.
It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a little more technologically advanced than Mark.
Basically.
Some people aren't, like, you know.
I mean, I tried to do it with my phone, and it would just. I'd
Yeah,
rather
but you don't
have
have an
the hard-
iPhone.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Look at your thing.
In a little bit, I'll get one. Right? It's coming in the mail. Is it coming in the mail yet?
Luke's gonna keep 2.
The phone?
My phone. Yeah.
No, that's my phone.
Oh, okay.
It's coming to our offices with attention Luke Dancy, and I think that's me, right? So, yeah.
I'll fight you for it.
Too bad.
Um,
And by the way, I can actually see why we got these cookies for free. And this is true. We were out for lunch right before we came here, and the woman was like, I think, Mark, you said you wanted a cookie.
Yeah,
She's like, no, I can't charge you for this. It's burnt and it's crap. And
is it pretty bad? Okay.
No,
I can
I thought only the edge was.
Well,
burnt.
here's a cookie.
I'm-
Jeff. Oh, no?
Are you calling me fat again? Like, for real?
yeah,
But-
this isn't so good.
You
Yeah.
still eat it.
Yeah, there you go, eating it.
But yeah, I mean, I think creating is tough. Like, I don't.
Definitely a personal thing. It's
Yeah,
hard
not
to really.
everyone has to be a creator. Everyone tries. Like, you don't like. I got so many young type magicians who are like they want to create, and it's not something that you have to want to do. Like, if you try and stuff, inspiration will eventually come.
That's the
come at
thing.
you.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, in my opinion, is so many people these days are trying to create for the intention of just being known in the magic world.
That's what Luke Dancy did, and he actually did it pretty successfully.
The problem is that's not a way to make magic better. It's just a way for you to feel like you fit in. And honestly, with magic's such a small world, you know, that you don't have to do that to be part of the magic community. You know, there's so many great people that you can hang out with and meet. You don't ever have to create good magic; just do good magic. So
I agree.
yeah, right on.
Mark does neither.
We have a great question from I don't know how to pronounce his name. His name's Di V. Let's call him Di V. Could be Di Vernon.
Yeah, from the grave.
Back in the grave.
Who is your biggest influence in magic, and how did they influence you? And I'll let you guys choose who goes first.
Mark, it's all you.
Well, that's a tough question. That's a really tough question. And the reason why I say it's a tough question is because there's so many influences and stuff. I mean, I like comedy, so I want to say that like a big influence would be, you know, Tom Mullica, you know, guys like that, David Williamson, you know, just really, to me, I'd rather be a funny guy than a mystifying, you know, kind of magician, while still being able to perform great magic.
Yep.
I'm more, you know, I'd rather be, you know, funny and stupid than to be like, you know, like the guy on stage who, you know, was elegant. Just not my kind of performance. Sure. You know, but those guys are big influences of mine. Juan Tamariz is a big influence of mine. You know, when it comes to card work, I love any card work. But Bill Malone is incredible. Robert Moreland. Who else? I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
I'm sitting right next to
Yeah.
you.
Jeff Prace. But, you know, I like to say, you know, there's a lot of influences just because to me, they're entertainers. You know, those guys would be the kind of guys that I would hire for my kind of, you know, for my party. If I had a party and needed a magician, it would be that list of guys. And there's that list, like I said, is an incomplete list. If I missed anybody, it's because right now I'm just drawing a blank. But yeah, those are my influences.
You know, you can't really draw a blank. Yeah. Isn't that weird? It's something people say, but you can't do that. You can't actually draw a blank.
Well, when you say what's shaken, nothing's really shaken. But we don't call you out on it. What's shaken?
Well, who influences you, Jeff?
Well,
Jeff.
I grew up, and I was obviously, I'm a little bit younger, even though like I look so old and, you know, all that good stuff.
So rugged and
He never gets carded, ever.
Yeah, no, someone on the airplane asked me if I was 20 today, and I didn't know like what I was supposed to say, because I'm not 20. I don't look 20, do I?
No, not even a little bit.
Oh, thanks. So, like, I grew up, one of the first VHSs I had was the Jay Sankey, like, wanna learn magic tricks. And it had this trick with, like, a straw, and you would wrap it this way, and then you would wrap it this way, and then you would pull them apart. It took me forever to learn. But, so Jay Sankey started with his creative type of magic, which was all organic stuff, too, for the most part. Straws, rope.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Also, Bill Malone, Michael Amar's easy-to-master card stuff.
Is that where the Jeff Prace?
That's the Bill Malone thing, you know.
He makes us do that every time he walks in the room. We have to go Jeff Prace, Jeff Prace.
It doesn't work for Mark though, because his last
Mark
name is
Calabrese. That's mine. Mark Calabrese.
Breeze. Keep it breezy.
So yeah, those are my influences.
That's cool. I mean, the thing is, there's so many different inspirations you can draw from magic, and that's the other thing that's cool too, is there's so many different areas of magic. There's the minimalism, you got card magic, coin magic, you got stage stuff, parlor stuff, stand-up stuff, gospel magic. You know, there's literally everything for everybody, and there's never a lack of things to learn.
Can you give us some insight on gospel magic?
Well, gospel magic to me is just this. Watch, ready? What was your card? Joker? Praise Jesus, the Joker. Thank you very much. And you got your card.
Mark Calabrese, you truly are the king.
Hallelujah, the Queen of Clubs. Thank you very much.
You are the king of hearts.
Have you found the 5 of diamonds? I have.
In your life.
That was pretty loud. I'm so sorry. I blew out any
Yeah,
mics.
our editor, Luke, who's running the switch right now, his ears are like, he's going to kill Mark at the end of this. And that's
I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Love you.
We'll have to jam him up later. Nice. Jam.
We can put him back in the truck.
Yeah, we'll throw Mark back in the truck. You guys will see more about that soon. We have actually been doing a great project with Mark. That's why he's dressed up like like he just came from church.
This is actually very true.
He's pimped
Baptist Church. Lord.
He's pimped up today, but it's a great project, and I can't wait to show you guys more. I'm sure Mark's excited to tell you, but he can't right now. Actually, here's a question from Claude. Remember our old buddy Claude?
Claude Wyatt.
Yeah, Claude's here.
What's up,
He's saying, how do you find the balance between comedy and magic when you perform? That's great because Mark, your personality definitely has a little bit of both.
Right. Well, that's a tough question, like all of these questions. But basically, I would say that, to me, you'll know when there's a time and a place for everything. Like if you're ever hanging out with your friends and whether you're joking around, having fun or whatever, you know that there's a time and a place for everything. You know, when it comes to your performance, you can be over the top. You know, you can be, all comedy, all laughter. But if you're trying to, convey a message or you're trying to, express something through magic and you're naturally a funny guy, that's fine. But if you're too funny and you're trying to give something important away, sometimes you got to have to calm it down. My friend Will Fern from New Jersey, he's really, really good at that. He's a funny guy. He's a fast-talking guy from New Jersey. Talks real fast, talks real loud, really, just eccentric kind of guy. But when he does certain effects that call for, quiet and it calls for being serious, he knows how to take the tone down, lower it down, and that also has to do with depending on how you be. Because if you're always at this level and then you lower it down, people take notice. People will notice. Okay, I'm joking, and then when I come down here, they realize, okay, maybe let's hear what he has to say because it sounds like something important because he's taking the time out to lower his voice and to talk, with inflection and certain things. That's basically how I work with it, For the most part, if I'm doing a comedy magic show, there really is no important bits and pieces, I don't use my shows as a soapbox or as a political thing or to give away any messages. I just do it to have entertainment, have some fun, and the basic message is just to enjoy magic and to suspend your belief for a second. But there are, you'll know, you'll feel it in yourself when the audience is going, all right, we get it, you're funny, you're hurting us now,
Sure.
So that's how I kind of find the balance between too much comedy, too much magic. If you're doing too much magic and not enough comedy, you can't call yourself a comedy magician. If you do too much comedy and not enough magic, you're kind of just a prop comic. You know what I mean? You're just doing some magic with a card or two. So
Sure.
So yeah.
All right, cool. Well, there are a lot of great guys out here. Adam Rose, I know you guys both know of Adam. When and what can we expect from you in the future, Jeff? That's from Adam. He wants to know.
From me?
Yeah, of course. We got questions.
You got tired of his voice?
I don't talk much, do I?
I'm working on a few things here, hopefully. We're going to be, that's why I'm here. They don't fly me out for nothing.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I mean, they do. That's,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working on a few things, more tricks with candy, gum, lifesavers, stuff like that. More card tricks.
Yeah.
They don't compare to Mark's, but they're decent.
Wait, I thought your trick was called No More Card Tricks. I thought that was a
Yeah,
side.
no more card tricks. Yeah, that is my card trick.
All right, cool.
From
man.
Magic Magazine, yeah. Go read it, Mark.
I can't read.
Speaking of magazines,
I told
actually,
you.
tell the guys, you were telling me earlier, you have something coming out in Genie.
Yeah.
Tell the guys about that, yeah.
Okay, let's see what camera. Sorry. Okay, so there's 8 cameras in here, or 7, and
It's like 20, yeah.
I get confused every single time.
There's also ones under the table.
Just stare at each one for like 2 seconds. just confuse the guys with the camera.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a trick in Genie this month, a coin and card trick called it's like a coin to deck, but it looks cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it myself yet, the pictures or the write-up.
Okay.
But David Acker's a funny writer, so I trust him.
Oh, David's great, yeah.
One trick I really liked of Jeff's, and correct me if I'm wrong if it's not yours, but I think it's yours. It's the iPod trick with the ring to your headset.
That is mine. Yeah.
That's yours. Yeah, I thought it was his.
That's in
I thought about making it.
Magic
Magazine.
December, I think, and then I
Okay.
was showing Luke that there's a terrible advertisement right on the back, and it's like some trick with like 4 cards or something. What was it called? Do you remember?
Oh,
Compressed
compressed
something?
it. Oh,
It was
he
the
was making Italian.
advertisement.
I get it. I was confused.
It was
What the hell are they talking
cheesy,
about?
and it was like, why is that on the magazine?
Well, besides the crappy card trick, no, I'm just kidding. No, it was a great. That's actually compressed deck I used to do with Luke's all the time. But your
Yeah.
iPod trick is actually really
It's
cool.
a
Have you seen
ring
it?
flight type
Yeah,
trick.
ring flight kind of effect. And that's another way. I mean, that's how I try to create is taking classic effects and try to modernize them.
Right.
And to amongst magicians, they go, okay, it's just the ring flight,
Yeah.
or okay, it's just triumph, or okay, it's just ring to this or build to that. But you have to remember, to your audience, it's something that they've never seen before.
Yeah.
So for you to do a tie-in with your iPhone or your iPod, headphones that people have everywhere, you know what I mean? It's a commonplace thing. They're not expecting you to do magic with it. Same thing with a key or gum or you know, and you know, all those tricks and stuff. That's why organic magic to me, I wish I did more of it because, you know, it makes magic seem more sporadic and spontaneous.
Yeah, if you're someone who's my age, I'm still a senior in high school. I used to, when I was really, really young, and I would go to like Midwest Magic, which is where I live in Chicago. It was like, yeah, so they would sell me a ring flight, and then I would try to do it like in middle school or elementary school, and I would carry this key wallet. People were like, "What is that?" And like, so then like one's come out with the key rings, and I drive to school now, but still. But what everyone has is something like, you can always think, what does everyone use instead of maybe key wallet? Oh, everyone always has their headphones in. You know, teachers talking, except in math class.
I know three people who use a key wallet. My mom, my grandmother, and my aunt, and that's all.
I used to.
And you used to because of doing the freaking trick.
Yeah.
But you know, exactly like with
El
modern
Coran.
stuff, it makes things that much more impressive.
Yeah, actually, when Sean Fields was out here, we were working on his new project, which is basically a trilogy of crazy effects. One being Saw, the thing with the neck, and what you just said, taking something that is organic and natural. I actually suggested him doing Saw with the earbuds because it makes sense. You've already got them around your neck. You've already got them, and so yeah, just think about different ways to take your magic and make it your own. Another great question. This one's from DV. Guys are liking Jeff today. Which do you like more, inventing or performing? Which one do you like better?
I told this to Luke in an email once. Do you remember that email?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love performing, and it's just, I have this weird style when I perform that they'll see later today. It's just like, I have a lot of fun when I perform, and I try to, and it's so much fun. And then, yeah, sometimes if I start creating too much, or if I have more time to create than perform in some cases after school or something, then you start to miss performing. So it's always performing.
Okay.
But I like them both.
Okay. Well, here's another question for you, kind of going along this lines of performing, and this one's from Stephen Blair, our buddy on the other side of the world. So hello, Scotland.
He tweeted me.
Yeah? Oh, cool.
Well, all of us.
Oh,
I just
cool.
like to think I was, you know.
Stephen's the man.
Yeah.
And he's staying up late. It's like, I don't know, after midnight there.
Oh, thank you.
Jeff, do you feel because you're young that people think you're a cute kid with tricks, or do you think that they take you serious? It's more of a thing with...
Well, obviously I'm like, you know, really attractive and all that
Justin
good
Bieber has
stuff.
nothing on you, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
When I was first supposed to come to Las Vegas, Justin Bieber was also in town, and I was really disappointed that my flight got canceled. But anyway, so no, I think you just have to prove them differently. Like, everyone can't think that. You know, I used to, when I was like 11, I would work at Red Robin, and...
11?
I was young.
Are you supposed to tell people you were working at 11?
Well, I didn't even get paid. It was like ridiculous.
That's work?
Well,
you don't get paid.
And people were like...
And chicken and tips.
Yes.
It was like they
Trident gum, layers.
It was,
yes.
so they were like, do you work? People would be always like, do you work here? Like, because
Yeah.
it was that awkward like stage where like, am I like just coming from the table next
Sure.
door? So I got a name tag made up, and I still have it in my locker at school right now. And it's like said Jeff, and then like people were like, oh.
Oh, he's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one
And I wasn't all that great when I was 11, but still, you just have to do the tricks that show that you're serious about what you do. So not any of Mark's stuff, not that kind of magic, you know, the cheesy stuff, but serious magic.
Here's another good question. This was from Chris Fecto. We have a lot of great questions, guys, and keep those coming in. And funny enough, too, if you guys have to run, get this. Everything you're watching now, you can bring with you on your mobile device, on your cell phone, on your iPad, so you can take us with you and watch live wherever you are.
Wait,
too.
how?
Your cookie.
Yeah, that's right, and the cookies.
What site is this on?
This is on the Magic Session.
You can do that live on
Yes.
your phone?
Yeah, absolutely. It's brand new.
I had no clue.
Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah, we just.
I'm doing it right
this is
now.
our
You,
second
you
week.
are on live. What are you doing on the
Yeah,
phone? You're on
wanna
live
watch-
already.
Look how big-headed he is. He wants to watch himself
Watch
while he's on the...
watching myself.
Oh, look
I'm
at me,
so-
look at me, look at
so
me.
good.
Well, they turned the monitor away from
So
me.
yeah, all of your mobile devices you can actually use to enjoy what we're doing, and that's a new feature we wanted to offer to you because we know that a lot of people want to chill out in their room with their iPads or hit the road with their iPhones. And don't forget too, our schedule of events is going to be updated very soon, so you'll know when we're live every week because we are going to be doing a lot more very fun stuff.
So no sporadic 12 a.m.
No,
Chicago
that
time?
was a mistake last night. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. So, question from Chris Fecto. Back to the questions. We'll give this one to Mark. What are your thoughts?
Is it directed to Jeff? Because if it's directed to Jeff, I don't want any pity.
No.
I don't want any questions like, oh, this is for Jeff. We're just gonna replace it with the M with Mark's name.
Yeah, why don't you go in the other room and sit with Steve? Sit down. This one actually, I think, would fit you quite well because you have definitely a true character. I mean, you're wearing the hat. I mean, you definitely have developed yourself into something of a character. What are your thoughts on developing your character? And is your character a departure from your normal self, or are you a character of yourself? Basically meaning, are you,
Right. Well, I will say that whatever I am on stage or whatever I'm performing, it's basically just me, a little bit more accentuated, a little more heightened. It's not necessarily that it's like I'm a different person, It's just me with a little bit more leeway because I'm performing. So therefore, because of performing, people allow other things to, allow things to be said, allow certain circumstances. But I am a little bit of a wise ass. I am a little bit of a weirdo. I am a little bit, just like I said, kind of like a know-it-all, funny kind of. I don't know. I don't try to do anything extra, but just because I'm more able to do things on stage. The things that I want to say in real life, I get to say on the stage because at that point I can I'm on stage. I have almost like a allowance to do it. Obviously reserve some things you shouldn't say or whatever, but I can do certain tricks, certain effects and whatnot. But essentially my performance is just me doubled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just bigger.
Some performers have great attitude where they change their entire persona. Like Matt King is that guy kind of just like I said, the guy he's on stage, he's that same way, just a little less.
Right.
But Ed Alonzo, if you saw him on the street, you'd never know Ed Alonzo was Ed Alonzo because on the stage he's this eccentric, weird nerd, but in person he's a regular dude.
Sure.
So what I recommend to get your own persona and character is first you need to be yourself and you need to actually know who you are. Like I know who I am. I'm comfortable who I am in my own skin. I'm not awkward in that way that I don't know what I'm comfortable or not comfortable with. So once you get that, then you can take it and go wherever you want to. But if you don't know your own self, and when you're young, it's kind of tough, But when you're a little older and you've had experience,
And people can tell when you're being genuine. I mean, they can tell
Absolutely.
when you're forcing something or
Exactly.
when you're actually being real. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So should we do some more magic? I know the guys are. This is kind of the jam session. I know we kind of get talking about answering questions, which there's been a lot of great ones. But of course, it's about magic too. So, what other stuff have you guys been working
touch
on?
one.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh God.
I have a prediction right there. Just touch one.
All right, I'll use the cookie as my dowsing rod here.
Don't dirty my cards.
These aren't yours, are they?
These
This
are
is true.
mine.
Oh, dirty away. Dirty away. In that case, get chocolate all over
These
these.
are Jeff's.
things.
Right there.
You sure?
I'm not moving that.
Okay.
Right there.
Cool. Can we get an overhead shot of that
It's coming in.
or not? Whatever. Okay.
We got it.
Is that? So we put the card right there. You could have chosen that card, that card, that card. You chose any other cards. We'll get rid of these cards, okay?
Okay.
What was the card you looked at? 3 of hearts. 3 of hearts. That's kind of weird. Look at that prediction. 3 diamonds. Oh my goodness, it's like magic. It's really just okay.
That's
It's
great,
like magic.
man.
It is
Yeah,
just
it's
like
just
magic.
It's just a cool little idea I've been playing with.
I like it. That's a very
Yeah.
smart idea.
Yeah. So there you go.
Very cool.
If it didn't fool you, leave the room. If it did fool you, yay!
Oh, we had Casey Rudd is popping in. He says hello.
Hi, Casey Rudd.
Hello.
Says he's been busy, but he's glad to see us. Moved into our.
I don't want to hear a life story. I just want to say hello. Jeez.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, Casey. Your turn, Jeff Prace. You have to do magic now. Or does someone want to do they want to talk about or not talk about see a specific thing?
Yeah.
Or
Do you guys have a specific type of effect or plot or something that you might want to talk about? We can do that as well. Stephen Blair says he must go, so Stephen, get some rest. Catch you guys soon over there on the other side of the world there. Where did we get the close-up pad? Actually, this is a gift to us.
It's super nice.
This is from Tony Clark.
Tony Clark?
Tony made this beautiful pad. I'm sure you'll be seeing it as we can move forward on the jam session when we get the overhead shots.
I actually think I'm going to steal it when I go home in a few days.
Okay. Huh.
So
I will fight you for it because I want it first.
yeah, that awkward moment when it's not going to be there.
Okay, here we go. Casey Rudd is asking Jeff, what inspired Keylicious? Not sure if this has been touched on.
We
but
did already.
It just came in. So
Talked
basically, yeah,
Roy Baker trick.
yeah.
Yeah. Kibudo.
You're late. You're late, Casey Rudd, and if you were here in time, you would know that we talked about Key Boodle, Roy Baker, and rings and coins and all that crap.
Yeah,
So since you're late, I don't want to hear it. Just goodbye.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
And Casey said that's now when he face palms.
Bam.
Nice.
Anything else? Anyone else ask a question?
Nope, no other questions. So I guess if we can just
Jeff, your
jump
turn.
to the next.
All right, can I do my ace production?
Oh,
And
it's great. Yeah.
I don't really want to perform it, but I'll go through the basic handling.
Cool. All right.
And teach it. So overhead, waiting for the red light. Awesome, awesome.
Overhead, please.
So I'm just going to set this up. This is towards me, so sorry if it's a little confusing on screen. But I'm going to set this up, and then I'm going to show you how you can do it on the fly. So we're going to take out the 4 aces, and we're going to put them in the super secret setup position. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't find the 4 aces like Mark. He just shoots them out of the middle.
Mark
Takes
just
me a
looks
little
at the
longer.
deck and they come crawling out.
Mark actually does do that, and it's quite surprising. So this is what you want to do. We have 3 aces face up on top, followed by a face down indifferent card, and then another face down ace. I like to have it the spades on top, face down indifferent card, and then these alternating, just because, like, I like things to look nice.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the setup that goes in the box. Alternatively, you can do something like the anytime face up switch, which is a Marlowe move from the new tops, which is, so if you want to learn the at fist switch or anytime face up switch, that's on the Keylicious DVD, guys. Nice. I mean, just go get it. And I have the original new tops on the DVD. I don't have it with me that I show and stuff. So yeah, it's a move by Ed Marlowe, also credited to Elmsley and stuff. So we're here. Then you're just going to do any false cut that you want. I'll do something, a little fancy. Mark does the double undercut because it's Mark. What do you expect?
What is this, make fun of Mark Day? I'm leaving. This is bull. Okay, go.
Okay, so we do the false cut. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip over the card end for end, kind of like a Stuart Gordon double lift, but it's really easy because it's a single lift. You got that, Mark?
I'm following him so far.
All right, awesome. So we're
Single
here,
lift.
single lift, and we're going to put that in jigged, kind of like this. Now, the reason I put it in jigged is now I'm going to do the alignment move, which is the Animan, Christ,
Alignment.
yeah,
Right.
and Vernon. Oh, I almost forgot Vernon. So it's all kind of like credited here. When I was filming something for Vanishing Ink, which never came out, and I kept saying Henry Christ, but it's not, guys. It's Henry Christ. Yeah. All right, so we're going to do the alignment move, and that's just basically pushing this ace forward flush as this second card gets pushed outward like that. Strip this out, show it's not an ace. That goes inside the middle. That's not an ace on bottom. So you show there's no ace on top, no ace on bottom, and you just secretly have all 4 aces on top of the deck now.
Nice.
So what you're going to do now is to say, how long did it take me to find that? And in that action, you're going to lift up all 4 aces. This deck isn't quite in the position I want it to. So you're going to lift up all 4 aces as 1 and pull them to the side. There should be a natural kind of break. You can just kind of drop the cards and get all 4 aces as 1. So you put that to the side and hold it with your thumb. Now all your thumb is going to do is kind of bend inward like that, like kind of bend. It's not that hard. It's just bending your thumb. And all 4 aces will kind of be revealed like that. And you do that as you turn your hand. So it should look, and we're still in the overhead, yeah, it should look something like this. You're here, turn them all over, and that's all 4 aces.
Nice. Are you doing full speed?
Yeah. So I'll just set it up quickly like this. So this is how I would perform it in my usual, JP style. I'm going to show you something, Mark, that uses a deck of cards. Now, this is not a magic trick. It's a demonstration of skill, dexterity of the fingertips. 8 years of Saturday nights of me locked in my room with a deck of cards finally paying off.
That's no lie.
It really is no lie, and that's the sad part. Okay, anyway. So all I have to do is cut the cards just like this, and hopefully, with any luck, I found ace number 1. I got it.
Ta-da.
Round of applause.
Ta-da.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. There you go. Now, other than this ace, there's no other ace on top. That's a 3. There's no other ace on bottom, although that would have been a good trick. How long did it take me to find that ace of spades, Luke?
A couple seconds.
A couple seconds. You see the other ones are even faster.
Holy jeebadibas. That's very snazzy, very fancy. I like it a lot.
Thanks.
Cool.
That's the only card trick I do. So it's called PR Aces because I'm humble and name things after myself.
Races, get it?
Because that's my last name, guys. PR-Aces Prace.
PR Aces.
I like that actually. I like it a lot. That reveal.
Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to do it, but
I'm not gonna
if
try.
you practice enough, maybe.
I'm gonna try. Ready? Watch.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
There he goes.
That's 1.
Oh.
That's 2.
Nazi.
That's 3. And the last one.
Wow.
Yes,
dude.
right.
Looks great.
That's 4.
He just has to brag.
Wow.
Bam!
Well,
That's how I roll.
That's what happens when you spend
no life.
how many months learning the hurricane change.
Well, Luke Dancy challenged me. I was like, I gotta learn this.
This is actually true. We were having a jam session. It was God, how much?
Hurricane, whatever her name is.
One of
Hurricane Rebecca.
The last
Ruth,
one, yeah.
Melinda.
No, it was Eileen.
Georgette. Eileen.
Yeah, because I was thinking
It's
about
not
the
one
song.
of those stupid names. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Mark, why don't we do the hurricane change? And you're like, where is that one? Like, he'd heard about it.
No, okay, I've been doing it, playing with it, and doing it horribly. Like, when I did it, it looked like this. And I'm not going to actually just expose it, but it looked like I would do this. And it would it'd be horrible. And I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't get the effect down. And then you were like, do it on camera. And I was like, okay. And then you're like, oh, I can tell why you didn't want to do it on camera.
I didn't say it like that.
No,
Come
not a bad
on.
way. But yeah, you can tell that I just, it wasn't ready to go.
Well, no, I feel bad because I put you on the spot for something that you.
Right. Well, yeah, I didn't mind.
do
I screw up all the time on camera. I'd rather screw up on camera than screw up for paying customers. So it was,
I'm paying you right now. I'm paying customer.
in cookies.
In cookies, that's right. In cookies.
But yeah, I just practiced the hell out of it, and
It looks great.
thank you.
Yeah. I mean, and here's a good question for you. When it comes to practicing sleights and moves, because we were talking about this yesterday, you were talking about ways to unwind, and
Right.
what's a good way for you to suggest the guys, if they want to learn a new move, to not get too discouraged, to learn a move? What's a good tip for something that's difficult to do, but they want to learn how to do it?
You can do anything you want to do. When it comes to a sleight, when it comes to a move, when it comes to anything, you can do it. You just need to, and it sounds cliche and cheesy, you just really need to say to yourself, okay, how important is this for me to do? How much do I want to do it? How badly do I want to do it? And I'm going to do it. And I'm not lying to you. I want to say a week ago, I couldn't one-hand bottom palm.
Yeah.
And I sat down, everywhere, from the plane ride here to any time I had free time, just practicing. And I think when I do it now, I do it pretty deceptively, pretty quickly. And this is within, like I said, a week's worth of practice, of constant practice. So, I'm talking about like all day and stuff like that, and being able to palm off cars and certain things. But like I said, it's because I've really focused. I've watched guys who know how to do it, help me out with it. John Bourne does it really well. Tony Chang does it incredibly well. And I've just hung out with those guys, and they showed me how it looks in their hands, and I just got to study more, and also just playing with it in my own hands. You know what I mean? And just playing with the feel and certain things. And like I said, that's just one move of the thousands of moves that you can learn. It's just a matter of how much effort you really want to put into it. There's nothing that you can't do, whether it's the size of your hand or, here's the deal. I don't know if you guys know who Maddie Gilbert is. If you don't know who Maddie Gilbert is, look up Maddie Gilbert and stop complaining. Okay? That's all I got to say. MADHIGILBERT. If you don't know who Maddie Gilbert is, watch him perform and then go, I have no excuse to talk and cry about not being able to do a move. It just takes that much effort. You want to do something, just do it.
Yeah.
It's I guess not the most helpful answer, but the truth of the matter is you just got to really practice. Really practice.
Oh no, I think it's with anything in life. Really,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
if you put your mind to something, then you'll
You want
do
it that bad, yeah.
Yeah, I got to be honest. As far as for me, outside of the magic world, it's just the fact that I'm walking the way that I'm walking. I
Agreed.
a lot of it was just mentally, I'm going to do this, and nothing's going to stop me and knock me down. And
Absolutely.
apply that to everything, and
There's nothing that you
results will speak for themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, and card tricks are the lowest priority. I'm talking about if you have that mentality with anything, there's no reason why you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. It's just how badly you want to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. All right.
Awkward turtle.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's a good question from Adam Rose. Actually, there's two questions here. I don't want to miss Casey's.
Just pouring in.
We'll get to Casey's question first. I recently started teaching a good friend of mine magic since he's very interested in learning. And the first thing I did, he told him to study Card College 1 as a learning process, and he's pretty excited to learn more. Oh, it was more of a comment. So yeah, that's a good. I have to say, if I was going to recommend someone who wants to learn card magic, I would definitely recommend the Card College series.
Absolutely.
But Adam's question was, how do you guys feel about the world of magic and how it's changing, and that people are creating magic to fool magicians and to look good on camera? Adam, that's a really good question. How do you guys feel about that stuff?
I think I released 3 things, and I haven't looked good on camera once. So.
What about the magic though? Making the magic look good on camera?
Yeah. You know, everyone's making a DVD now. Like even Mark's making one, and that's the problem we're having.
Too many guys.
We just
Yeah.
made a DVD on pouring the drink and making it look cool.
Well, I will say this. I guess when it comes to how Magic looks nowadays and how, everyone, I guess what I'm saying is to do Magic just for the sake of doing, to do moves or to come with a DVD for the sake of just coming with a DVD, it's not. There's no real point in it, And Magic to Full Magicians has been around since Magic has been around. You know what I mean? It's to me, I almost consider it a subgenre of Magic. Magic for Magicians, because we also we have our conventions, we have our hangouts, we have our sessions that we do tricks that are made just to full magicians.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay to have tricks that you only do to full magicians, but I think that if you take like a page out of like Juan Race's book and like with Danny Ortiz and those guys, they do magic that fools magicians but is made to fool humans. You know what I mean? So we shouldn't be fooling magicians because they're magicians. We should be fooling them because they're humans that we're fooling. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
just the fact that we obviously know how to play off of their knowledge. When I do a move like this, you know about framing and about how a magician hold onto a deck, why we hold onto a deck that way. If I hold onto a deck this way, magicians know that I'm about to palm maybe, or you know what I mean? So that's why magicians come up with other techniques to hide techniques, to fool the magicians. I personally think that if you're gonna do an effect, there's cool tricks to have that will fool magicians, but it's more important to fool them with a cerebral level as opposed to
Oh, absolutely.
a hidden key or you know what I'm saying, or something special.
If we're talking also about publishing stuff, that anyone can do it, I wrote an article for the Magic Session on young magicians specifically publishing magic, and I guess it can be applied to older people. But it was called Become Famous, I think it was called.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now and share the link.
Yeah, so that is something I wrote I did an interview with Penguin Magic, and then I expanded it for Luke and his website.
Become Famous. Yeah, here's the link. This is actually one of our more popular articles too. I have to admit, we got a lot of great feedback, and I looked at the views, and it was definitely one of the most viewed articles.
Well, I'm competing with people like John Gustafaro. Like, come on, who do you think's gonna win, guys?
No, but it's good because the generation of people that are online these days, learning magic and watching magic, it's definitely from a younger generation. So to have someone that is well known in the industry at a young age, the rest of those people want to sit up and listen because obviously what you're talking about. So.
And I was kidding. I actually love John.
No, John G is the man.
He's so good.
Ready, Set, Guastafaro was an awesome set of new notes. I think he's keeping it in PDF form.
And yeah, you reviewed that a few weeks ago.
It was great. Yeah, it's a great set of notes, if you want to call notes, in PDF, ebook. Really, really.
All
good
John.
stuff.
I do a few tricks from 1 Degree, a few
man.
card tricks from that book. It's
And his
book.
Brainstorm DVDs are great too.
Everything.
Or what are you doing here? Are you doing like produce a
Yeah,
melody?
No, my head hurt. My head hurts.
I thought he was gonna do like Gazzo's
No.
production.
Your disappearing cookie piece by piece
Oh.
never happened.
Oh.
No, my head hurt. Want to see a cool trick? To watch this. Watch. I'm now the shortest guy in the room again.
Mark actually is the shortest guy in the room.
Actually. That's why I'm all the way up, because you guys are too tall for me. Ta-da.
Or whatever.
Any other questions? Anything going on? What's going on?
Let me go back up here. Let me see. We got so many people hanging out today. This is great. Let's see. For beginners, which material you can suggest for a good foundation, especially card magic? So other than Card College, it's from our friend Divey. What material would you recommend for someone new to card magic?
Amar stuff?
I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, I'm a fan of like Erdnase, so it's kind of like it's a given that I'm going to say you should study like expert the card table, expert card technique, the Hugert and Browy stuff, obviously, expert card technique, Royal Road to card magic, then eventually work your ways through the Card College 1 through 1 through 10 million. Do Card College lightest, lighter, and sort of chubby and heavy set, light college, whatever. But yeah, just go through all the fundamentals, really get it down and stuff. And if you want to focus on DVDs wise, I think the Michael Lamar DVDs are good. Easy to master stuff and different things. But I'm a big fan of just learn sleights, learn different moves, and then learn why the moves work, and then how to use them, and then come up with your own stuff. Learn the classics. I think having classes is good, but
Yeah, I mean they're all classics for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they call them classics, and I know a lot of names, big names, even recently on Facebook, who are trashing the idea of doing a business card routine or trashing the idea of doing triumphs because it's been done 1,000 times. But you know what? They'll forget where they started. They didn't start off doing their moves that they do and their weird ideas and their this, that, and the other. They started off doing double lifts. They started doing one ahead and Paul Curry's out of this world. They started doing all that stuff.
Right.
So to me, don't worry about what other magicians think in that way. Do what you want to do. Do what the audience likes. It's just how it is. I think.
Yeah, and Stephen Blair said it right. Laymen don't know what's been done a million times. They don't know. Most laymen have never seen close-up magic.
Right. I'm not saying don't. I'm not in no way, shape, or form am I saying don't excel the art of magic by coming up with new things. I'm just saying there's no reason why you can't do a triumph routine, and there's no reason why you can't do McDonald's Aces, and there's no reason why you can't do certain effects because it's been done before. Fine, it's been done before, but you know what? Think about what you can bring to the table in a new fashion.
Sure.
Yeah, I still locate a lot of my cards. Like if someone picks it and put it back, I still use the key card a lot, and obviously that's such a concept that seems like such for beginners. But
centuries old, yeah.
If you look, like I found a way to get it from Joseph Ovett, who's obviously most known for the Ovett Master move, but like he has one that it's done on the fly really quickly, and it will fool laymen and might even fool magicians, and it's still one of those classic moves that's hidden in like an MUM from however long ago that Ovett was.
No, it's true. A lot of the classics are hidden in print. Not just everything that's from books shows up on DVDs. A lot of times, some of the most fooling stuff is found in the books that you probably already own, actually.
Yeah, if you went to Magic Live, Master Payne spoke, and I thought he was one of the funniest presenters. He also had a thing in Magic Magazine about him, like a side little story. He was so funny, and he was saying that all the greatest magic is hidden in magazines, books, not on DVDs.
True.
Yep.
In fact, a lot of downloads that people download nowadays started off in magazines, and I'm not going to tell you which ones because I want to keep it for myself. But there's a lot of great things that were put in print first, and then eventually made it to DVDs or downloads, and people are like, "Oh, have you seen this new shuffle?" I'm like, "Have you seen this new move?" I'm like, "You mean the 4-year-old thing that was around 4 years ago?" And it just, to me, if you wanna hide something,
put it in
print,
Yep.
and that's a sad thing to say, but it's true.
Yeah, I did the No More Card Tricks thing, which Luke mentioned earlier, and that was in Magic Magazine, and then I put it on Real Magic Magazine, which is a video magazine, so it's different in a sense that more people, if they watch video, get and it was also on the Gum DVD, and then it got so much more popular
just because it's on video.
Because it's on video.
It's crazy. Yeah. Another question. This one's from Ice Wing. It sounds like we're watching Top Gun. What are some good things to remember when you practice magic? Both things that you are just learning and stuff you already perform. I think it's a question about both. Yeah.
I would say that when you're practicing stuff that you already do, don't just practice stuff that you're efficient at. Practice the stuff that you're having a tough time with. Practice the stuff that you're getting lazy with, and practice the stuff that you kind of like. For example, if you're supposed to do a pass, you're supposed to do a certain move, and okay, you just do a double undercut because you're afraid of doing the pass. Practice that. Practice the weak parts of your routine, because to me, the entire routine is weak if you have one weak part in your routine. So if you can try to strengthen all the weak parts, you eventually have this nice solid routine. And I think it's okay to be uncomfortable, and to be scared of, am I going to possibly get this move to work, because it makes you alive in the moment of the effect. You're not just sitting there going, all right, well, so you pick a card, you got the double, and you could be on autopilot, literally be half asleep. I've done this. I'm not proud of it, but I've been, tired. The end of the week, it's a gig that I don't want to do, and it's just like, all right, so we got a card. It's in the middle. It's in my pocket. Look at that. All right, thank you very much, and have a good night. And while the spectators really can't tell, why should I deprive them of giving them a better performance?
Oh, absolutely.
So that they can leave going, wow, that guy was amazing, as opposed to going, wow, that guy was really good.
Right.
That's the difference. The reason why Billy Joel and Elton John are superstars that they are is because every time they do a show, they're performing as if it's the first time that they performed. You know.
Right.
So I think that's one important thing is to always keep yourself in the moment as opposed to just going on autopilot.
Yeah.
So it's not fun for anybody.
I wanted to add, it's important to go back. I see so many people, if we can go to an overhead camera for a second, and I'm doing even if I'm just like with other young magicians or other magicians, they're showing me a trick and then they go, yeah, and you just do an Elmsley count and they go like this.
Oh my god.
And they just do it like, they pass it off like, yeah, it's just an Elmsley count. Everyone can do an Elmsley count.
Yeah.
But you have to go back, even if your routine, and you think you can do an efficient Elmsley count, even if your routine, you have to go back and practice the fundamentals. Go back to the double lift. It shouldn't look like, trying to strike it, kind of like that.
No,
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I've shown Mark and I've taught the Mark about the double lift. I've taken it upon myself to just learn a couple of really strong moves that I use a lot. One of them is the double lift. I've spent a lot of time on it because I think what you just said, a lot of people will gloss over it because it's just a smaller part of a longer routine. So just because you're learning all this new stuff, don't forget that the small moves that make up the larger routine are just as important.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought Luke was a move monkey, and he was like, oh man, I hope you're not disappointed that I'm not like this move junkie monkey. And I'm like, no, I'm perfectly fine with it because I myself, while I like to learn a lot of moves and collect moves, I really only do a certain amount of moves. You know what I mean?
Right,
and
right.
very rare does a slight be added into my repertoire. I just learn a move that I'm not even 100% on yet, but it is opened so many doors to these other things that I'm able to do now that I'm like, man, if I only learned it earlier, who knows what the routines would be now and stuff. And same thing goes for stuff that I haven't learned yet. If I learn those little things, it's like, oh, this will be so much more magic that I can do that'll, really amaze people as opposed to just impress them.
Right.
So
Cool. All right. Let me pull this back up. See what the other guys are saying here. This is a good question from Claude Wyatt, our friend Claude. Do you need to do more than cards to become a successful magician? Kind of a loose question, but do you think that could you get away with just doing card tricks? And I think the answer to that is yes, you can get away with it because look at Ricky Jay.
Look at John Armstrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I agree that you don't need to necessarily do, but who am I to, I'm not an authority in any way, shape, or form, but you just hit it right in the head. Look at Ricky Jay. Okay,
Yeah.
He's one of the very rare performers who can entertain an entire audience, with one deck of cards. Obviously in between there's some other things going on, but I've seen very few people be able to entertain with a deck of cards for that long. But you know what? I think you can definitely do it. I know guys who just work coins, who are just strictly coin guys.
Yeah.
And I know guys who are strictly just sleight of hand and other things and never do a card trick. I think it doesn't really matter. Like these to me are the vehicle of the performer. Whether John Lennon said it the greatest. And if you guys don't know who John Lennon is, get off the computer right now and go listen to find out who John Lennon is.
You might have to stay on the computer.
Okay.
Google
Well,
that,
get off.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Go to
no, I
Google.
don't mean to say get off this website, but get off the website and go find out who John Lennon is. You idiot.
All right.
But
Everybody just
he
left.
said basically he's an artist and give me a effing tuba and I'll give you something out of it. And to me that's like it's like, even though it's crass, it's like beautiful to say because to me it doesn't really matter what it is that you do. An artist will be able to give you anything amazing or beautiful with this cookie, with gum, you know what I'm saying, with a key, with a ring, with a deck of cards. To me, to be a successful magician doesn't necessarily mean you need to do just coins, just cards, or do everything in the known universe. I think just needs to do whatever you do what you do, and just do it well.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
Agreed. Another question from our friend Di V. And guys, get your if you have any last questions you're thinking about, get them in because we'll probably be on for about another 10 minutes, and then we're going to start to wrap this up. What do you do when you mess up a trick?
Throw the
like a
cards
child.
and run. Like,
Oh, I'm with Jeff. I get the hell out of there.
yeah.
bam!
Money. Give me my money.
I grab a baby and I just run. It's just one of those. I don't know. It's an insecurity thing. I just grab the nearest baby and just run with it. Yeah. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's important to have outs for almost kind of all situations. I'm assuming we're going to be talking mostly about card magic right now. Just, no, that's not me.
I'll let you
I'm
guys-
not popular.
I'll let you guys take that
Just
right now.
because-
This is Chris calling me right now. So
Go, fly. Do what you gotta do. Oh, we're here, yes.
Yeah, the good ones are here still, no worries. So what I was saying is that it's just good to have out. My mentor, who was back from Chicago, used to do this thing where he would reverse a card in the deck unknowingly. And he...
Hold on.
We have a guest coming in. I'm going to put him on speakerphone right now.
Okay. Sorry.
Wait, no, this is more important. Go.
Cool. All right. Hello, guest.
Hey, it's Chris. I never met Jeff, and Luke, you've talked so much about Jeff that I'm watching you right now at my home, so I want to see Jeff. Can you do something right now? Something cool?
So
that makes me feel uncomfortable.
So if you guys,
Like a card trick. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be so awkward. After his show tonight, I have to do something good.
Are you coming to the show? Jeff, are you coming to the show tonight? Mark, Jeff, coming to the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you something good after.
Yeah, you're on speaker. We can hear you. Hello?
I can't hear you.
Hold up.
Yeah, what did you say?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to the show tonight. Yeah, we'll see you tonight.
All right. Jeff, do something. I hear you're like amazing.
Oh, thanks. And
I hear you better than Mark.
Oh, well, I thought that was obvious. Also, I know you tweeted Mark, so now I have high expectations after I tweet you from the show tonight. I just want you to know. Will you tweet me back?
Of course I will.
Oh, that's so nice.
Fantastic. I'm getting surrounded by really amazing, wonderfully young, talented magicians, and you guys excite the spirit of magic in me, man. So I want to see you do something. Come on.
And then there's Mark.
and then there's Mark. Yeah.
All right,
so
I'll
here's
show you
Jeff.
something. I'm going to show you. I already did this for the group, but I'm going to show you something. I don't know where the camera is. Up. Yeah, let's go up. I'm going to show you something. This is not a magic trick. This is a demo. All right. I think it's lagging here. So I'm going to show you something. This is not a magic trick. It's a demonstration of skill, dexterity of the fingertips, 8 years of Saturday nights of me locked in my room with a deck of cards finally paying off. Are you guys ready for this? I'm going to try to find the 4 aces. Here we go. Here we go, just like this. Hopefully with any luck. There's ace number 1. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Other than this ace, there's no other ace on top. And there's no other ace on bottom. Luke, how long did it take me to find that ace of spades?
It was about 3 or 4 seconds.
3 or 4 seconds. You see the other ones are even faster.
Nice.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. 5 years of Spanish right there. Can count to 4.
Nice.
Very nice, man. Very nice, Jeff.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. Well, that was
And then a cookie.
And a cookie appears from nowhere.
Now I have to take off my jacket. It's so freaking hot
I
when
love
Chris
it.
talks.
I love it, guys. Have fun. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tonight, I believe, and keep up the amazing work. Jeff, I look forward to meeting you. Mark, I'll see you later, brother.
All right, Chris. See you, buddy.
Cool. See you,
Take
Chris.
care. God bless, guys. See you later, Luke. Bye.
This was my first time talking to Chris because I just got here this morning. I've been up since 3 a.m. because I had an early flight, so I'm super tired.
Nice.
But yeah, that's why I get all hot and nervous.
By the way, that's the only way you get to talk to Chris is through a phone.
Yeah,
It's like
I don't.
it's very Dr. Evil-ish. It's very he touches
Yeah.
the button and goes, "Hello, boys. Goodbye, boys." And then-
After the show tonight, we're just gonna have to call him up. And
yeah,
stuff.
it's petting a kitty and it's just hello, goodbye. And, yeah. So.
Nice. Well, Blake, you're asking what you missed. We actually had a very special phone call from Mr. Chris Angel.
Oh, Blake's here, like
and,
the YK one.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I know Blake.
Chris called in and
Made
had
me
a little
sweat a
chat with
little.
us, and that was really cool. We've got about 5 minutes left here, guys. So any last questions that you have, let them come on in. And that was really cool. I mean, it's going to be fun tonight. Jeff hasn't been to Chris's show yet, and of course I'm drinking from the Believe mug here. You guys, when you come into town, you got to see the show. It is such a great magic show with I think it's like over 40 illusions. And I know when we went last week, the motorcycle thing.
Yeah.
It's just like
Shut up.
bam.
Okay, because I'm fooled, and I don't get fooled by nobody, but nothing,
Yeah.
but nobody, by nothing.
I got fooled by
nothing.
Mark's card trick, so I'm assuming I'm in for a big treat.
Oh yeah.
And I don't get a Believe mug, apparently. I get a water bottle.
It's gonna be fun.
We're having technical difficulties because
Because Mark's face is that
my face-
hideous.
exactly.
That hideous.
It looks so bad.
There we go.
Oh, we're back.
Back to normal,
back.
back to normal. Okay, cool.
And we're back.
Any more questions?
Any more questions? Let me see here. Oh, here's one. A good question here. How would you suggest going about building a well-established mentor? How would you go about, I guess, getting one? That is from Chris Fecto.
Do you have a mentor?
I've had mentors. I've had people who helped me out along the way, but I guess The one way I would recommend is bother the hell out of someone who's better than you until they just break down, start crying, and give you all the way their secrets. Please teach me. And then when eventually they go, all right, just leave me alone. I'll teach you. Just get away from me. It's one of those things where, you got to get don't cross the line of stalker. Just get right before the line, and then that's your mentor. That's essentially what it is.
Nice.
Yeah, I took a little different path. I'm glad that there's been people throughout the years who have been here and there.
Right.
Every year at Magic Camp, people like Kostya, people like David Oliver are my mentors for that week, and then I talk to them afterwards. But I've had a mentor since I first started when I was 7, and I never, every time you hear me speak of him, I always speak of him very, very highly. And his name is Mike, and he's from Chicago. And I went into the magic store, PJ's Trick Shop, it's called, and they're and I was a little young guy doing the hot rod, paddle moving, and so they're yeah, there's a mentor guy. So, and then I've known him ever since. Am I popular this time? Yes, it was my mom though, so not that unpopular. So yeah, and then I've known him ever since, and now, I don't need as much mentoring from him as I did when I was 7. Mm-hmm. But we're still best friends, and so I think it's important to find a local person. As much as you want Luke to go on the magic session and teach you stuff, it's not the same as having someone say, "Oh, you're doing your Elms account terribly," yep. And then getting hands-on with it.
But I will say that is important too. The magic session, and I'm not saying this because we're on it and because I'm a big fan of it because Luke's here or whatever. I'm saying that. I talked to Paul Cummins I used to talk to Paul Cummins on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
And for me to only have Paul Cummins in book format or in DVD format, and then to be able to sit down with the guy and talk to him, and then eventually meet him because I met him through the magic session, was able to go to the Buffalo 52 convention, which is an invitation-only convention, because he wanted me to go. He invited me. That's like a dream come true because you're sitting down with your idols and you're sitting down with your heroes and you're going, you want to have lunch? And I'm like, what do you mean want to have lunch? And then now I'm sitting down here right now with Luke and doing all this crazy stuff because of the magic session. So.
Luke and John.
Praces. Jeff
Yeah, I
Prace.
think it's important to use all the mediums that we have now. The local magician who, might not be well known, but the guy I know, he's been a professional since he was 18, and he's been making a living and supporting his family. Yeah. That doesn't mean he's worse than someone who's well known in the community.
I agree.
And so then using that, I use the magic session. I come on every once in a while, and then I go to magic conventions. I go to Magic Camp. Tannen's Magic Camp. Right. I talked it up to Luke on the phone the other week for an hour. Luke was like, I gotta go, and I'm like, you have to come to camp.
I'd love to go. To go. And we're gonna wrap this up in just a second. I will say, the magic session has brought me closer to you and to you. I've really got to know you guys through it, and you guys, the same way that I got to know Mark and Jeff, and I've seen their magic. I've seen several other guys. Of course, Casey Rudd showed me stuff. Nathan Hickey, Boswell.
I'm Nathan Hickey.
All the guys. If you guys have stuff you want to show us and we can hang out and talk, and then maybe we'll have you in Vegas, and then you'll be doing your own DVD project just like Mark and just like Jeff. You never know. So this is kind of it's a fun way to hang out, chat, share magic, and then...
Yeah, we always like seeing stuff. I got tons of messages on Facebook from usually younger guys, and I always watch their videos, help them out, and I know Mark does the same, and I know Luke does the same. So yeah, we'll all help, to the best that we can.
Yeah, man. Well,
I'm gonna eat my cookie now.
All right, Mark. Well, Mark's gonna stuff his face with the burned cookie.
Yeah, not that good.
And I think we're gonna get out of here. So, guys, thank you for hanging out. We've been here for about an hour. Like I said, we're gonna start doing these once a week. The schedule is kind of still up in the air, but they will be coming back. We'll be doing more stuff here from the studio.
The nice studio that we have down.
Yeah. And this is
one more thing. Well, simple, and this is very important. So, would you visit later? Talking about
do you want some water?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm okay.
That's how you did the trick too.
And that's how a secret in me.
Exactly.
Good angel.
Nice.
All
All right, boys.
So weird.
Well, thanks for hanging out, all of you. We'll hang out over in the lounge now, chat, hang out with each other, and we will catch you guys next time.
What shake? Oh, that's the intro.
Let's shake it. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah. When's it going black?